Hi everyone and welcome back to another Mixed Media Tuesday, and today I have a surprise for you. Remember my secret diary signature collection that I did with Stamperia a couple of years ago? So just because it was everyone's favorite, we decided to bring it back and give you some fresh products. So this is the junk journal that I will be working with today, and this is a booklet that gives you pages from the paper pad, so you can find many elements here, but also images that you can just pop out, which are great for card making as well as for art journaling and other projects as well. These are double-sided, printed front and back, which makes it super easy to play with them. And then I designed them specifically to mix and match, so you can really simply create clusters. There are also pages with stickers, but these stickers are completely matte. I'm trying to catch the light for you. So they are going to blend nicely with the pages or any other project where you want to stick it on top without giving you the shine. Now, I don't want to spend the time today to show you all the products or talk about them, but take a look at the stamp set. This is specifically designed for the background. I know that the stamp sets, the background stamp sets that I designed go out of stock really quickly, so if you like that one, just go ahead and grab it. Down below in the description, you can find links or where you can buy these new products. You will find ribbons, you will find stencils, lots and lots of stuff, but I prefer, instead of showing you what is in these products, to use them so that you can see how I work with them, how I play with them. You can get inspired and pick your favorites. Also keep in mind, down below the description you will find links to European stores and you will find coupon codes as well if you shop from there. You will also find links to the US shops, but keep in mind that most of the products are now shipping to them. Maybe they are not there yet, so you might see the products out of stock. Don't worry, it's just that they didn't receive their shipment yet. So anyway, everything you need is down below in the description. Here is an art journal that I did. I will share it as a short video here on YouTube, and you will see lots of inspiration. I have filmed tons of videos to inspire you with this collection. So hopefully you will find it super easy to play with and you will make beautiful projects. Now for today I'm going for a double page art journal. I'm working on my watercolor journal, and that's 6x6 pages. I am going to play with the rice papers, and I will combine three of them that are very similar in colors. My go-to technique with rice papers is, instead of sticking them as they are, I just like to cut them into smaller pieces, and then I like to patchwork them back into my background. I like it because it creates that mosaic look, and it gives me darker and lighter areas as I overlap the pieces. One way you can do this technique is by tearing off the pieces instead of cutting them with scissors. This way you will have a lovely tiered edge on each of those pieces, which is going to give you a completely different look. As you can see, I'm sticking everything down by using my rice paper glue. I apply enough on my page, then apply the rice paper on top and cover it on top with that glue as well. This is going to make sure that it is nicely stuck there, and it is going to seal it down. So I will not have any issues later on, no matter what I decide to do on top. Now I'm going to leave the camera so you can see how I do the background, and in the meantime I can talk a little bit about the junk journal, the new junk journal. So I absolutely love these booklets. I wait for them every month to see what new collection is coming and how I can use the junk journal. I love it because I end up with pattern paper, with elements that I can play with, I can just pop out, and I find it is perfect for those who do art journaling. Now I am also going to share a video, probably on Friday, using this junk journal, where I will be using that to make 10 cards for you just by using that paper, that booklet. So you see, it's not only for art journaling, but you can use it for lots and lots of other things. Now I have finished my background, and you can see that I have left some areas blank without sticking anything down. I will show you in a bit a little trick that you can bring all the areas together, the white space from the background as well as what you have on top. Now I'm making sure that I have sealed down everything, then I will grab my heat gun and make sure that this is completely dry before I move on to the next step, which is stamping. Now here is the white space. A little trick that you can do is to use some stamp and just stamp all over the place, making sure that you go over the white space as well. This is going to give some detail which is the same on top of the paper, on top of the design, as well as on top of the white spaces. Here I'm using a text stamp from my new background stamp, which I absolutely love. And this combines lots and lots of designs that is perfect for creating your backgrounds. I'm going to stamp with my fingers because sometimes the acrylic block gets in my way, especially when I'm working on 2 pages and I want to stamp over the spine. I am switching to other stamps and go ahead and stamp where I did stamp the first time. So I'm kind of creating clusters there. And by the way, I'm working with permanent ink, so no matter what happens on top, if I decide to do sprays or water or whatever, it's not going to bleed. I also have designed and included in this stamp set a long stamp, and I like to use this one to create borders along my pages. So it doesn't really matter for me what that stamp says. The text is not there to be readable. Mainly for me, the text is there to add some visual texture at the background. Now the rice papers that I used are from the small pack with background rice papers, and they are quite muted, so they make the perfect backgrounds, which makes it even easier to build focal points on top because they are not going to compete with the colors of your focal points. It is going to let them really pop. However, depending on the pattern paper or the rice paper that you are using at the back, here is a very handy technique that you can do if you feel that your background is too busy. You can use ivory or white color, and with brayer you can apply a little bit over your background. Don't overdo it. You see that I make sure that I don't bring too much of that white. I don't want to cover it up. However, by doing this easy technique, you see how the background becomes more muted without losing the details, without losing all that beautiful texture that you have achieved from the stamping and the rice paper. And you can definitely do that with another color. Depending on your focal points, try to use a color that is contrasting so that it is going to let your focal points really pop. Now, splattering is a technique that I love, and I feel like it adds the same detail on different parts of the page. So it is a little trick that brings everything together. And now let's do another technique. I am going to use a couple of stencils to add some actual texture on the background. So first I'm going to use this stencil, which is probably my favorite from the 5 new stencils that I designed. I like the circles because they kind of create a center where you can stick your focal points, which is what I plan to do. Now at this moment, I don't know what focal points I'm going to use, but by using this stencil, I know where I'm going to place them. So I decided to go with black paste. You can definitely go with a golden paste for this background, or even brown. You can even use this with embossing powders to add a different texture completely. And now I'm going back with another stencil from the new ones, and from this one you see it is a combination of text and flowers. I'm only going for the text design, and I'm going over it with white volume paste just here and there to add even more texture. I like the white because it doesn't really interfere or makes the background look busy. We already have so many things going on there, but it adds some extra texture. So I really like it. and I don't know when to stop. As you can see, I just keep on adding more and more on my page. Here is how it looks. I'm super happy with how it is. I'm going to put it on side so that it dries, and while this is drying, I'm going to bring in my ephemera, I'm going to bring in my junk journal so that I can go ahead and find what I want to use as my focal point. Now the options here are really so many. I made sure that I included lots and lots of designs. In the beginning I was thinking, let's use the moon. What can I put on top of the moon? Maybe I can have a girl, but I did a similar page with her. You can have her on top of the brass. I'm just playing here, having fun. Then here I go with, let's use the moon. You will see at the end I'm going to completely change my thoughts. So here you see it would look great, but here I'm thinking maybe that would look great on a darker background. So I'm going to keep that idea for another video. And let's use this girl. I know I have this girl on a bigger version in the ephemera pack. So I'm going to use her from here. And I know that I have the version of the suitcases as well, which I'm finally going to use. So the moon is going to stay for another project. So that's what I like to do. I like to play with the background, put it together, and then when that is finished, I have so many options in those junk journals, no matter the collection. So I just go ahead and play to find what I like to put on top. So now I don't have a fixed idea from the beginning. Now I'm going to show you a little trick. The ephemera are a little bit shiny. If you don't like that shine, you can definitely use rice paper glue and go over them. I'm going to do it on half of it here so you can see the difference. This is going to cover the shine, and when it dries it's going to look completely matte. You can do that with your chipboard pieces or shiny pieces. If you don't like the shine on an element that you have, just use rice paper glue on top or matte medium on top, and you will see that it's going to make it completely matte. So I'm going to do that for both my elements, the stack of suitcases as well as the girl, and I'm using my heat gun to make sure that this is completely dry. And I will stick with my plan of having my main focal point at the center of these stenciled circles. So I thought that it was too tall having the girl on top of this stack of suitcases for this specific page. So I'm just going to chop off the top suitcase so that she sits a little bit further down. And I like how it came out that one of her legs is just standing on top of the tinier suitcases. Absolutely love how it looks. I am going to bring in my junk journal now and just go through the pages, try to find some elements. You will find tickets, you will find postal stamps, you will find flowers, leaves, birds, butterflies, so many elements that you can create clusters with. And you can use either the stickers, remember they are completely matte, or the pop-out images. So after picking what I need, here is how I'm going to put together my page. Now the stickers do have a little bit of a border all around, which is in ivory color, so it matches lovely with the background. If that bothers you, you can definitely use your scissors to chop it out. For the images that you just push and they are already cut out for you, there are no borders at all, so they are ready to use for journaling. I am going to use some glue at the back, as you can see, but always I add glue only at the center of my elements. This is going to allow for other things that I want to tuck underneath behind later on. If I don't have glue all the way to the edges, that's what I'm doing here with the girl. So one other thing that you can do to help your composition is to ink up the edges a little bit, either with black or with brown, or even with a darker shade of color of that element. Why I'm doing that is because it helps the elements stand out against each other. However, I'm not going to do it for the white flower. I don't want to use brown everywhere. I don't want this page to look too vintage. if you know what I mean. So I just try to use it only where it's really necessary. And now in terms of composition, since we do have a double page, we need to add something on both pages. At least that's how my mind works. So I do have the main composition and my main focal point on the left page, but on the right I'm just going to create a small cluster. I am making sure that I use at least a couple of elements that are the same as the other page. So you see I'm using the same leaves and the same kind of flower, and just layering things one on top of the other. And I think now by having similar elements, everything comes together. I'm going to look for a couple of quotes that I can use on my page. Just use your scissors and cut them out. This page is going to give you both motivational quotes for your art journaling, but also sentiments for your card making, and also made sure that I designed them with different background colors. So depending on your background, just choose a sentiment or a quote that is contrasting. This way it's going to pop against the background and it's going to look better. So here, for example, you see I went with the off-white ones, but I think if I went with the brown ones, it would have looked even better. Now my page is pretty much done. I'm doing the finishing touches now, where I'm using my black fine marker and I just do some sketchy lines around some of the cutout pieces. These sketchy lines really help the elements pop against each other, and you can see how that works mainly on the leaves or here where I go on the darker areas. And again, I'm always showing you what works for me. Things and steps that I do don't have, you don't have to use them. Just use whatever makes you happy. That are the steps that work for me, and that's why I keep on using them. And the more you create, the more you will find things and techniques that you love the most. And that's when you will find your very own style. So anyway, I am going to grab my white gel pen now and add my sketchy highlights here and there. And again, I like these techniques with the black and the white marker because I kind of add the same detail on pretty much every element that I have stuck down. So these little details, when they are the same, it kind of brings everything together and it looks more coherent. So it doesn't look like I just pasted images from here and there. I am going to finish it off with my white gel pen, and of course I do have to add my white splatters. Again, find little details on all the elements that are the same, bringing everything together. So that was the project for today, using new products from my Secret Diary collection. I hope that you had fun, that you got inspired. Here are some close-up photos where you can see better all the details. Down below in the description you can find coupon codes and shops. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll see you all next time.